Greetings of the day, dear friends and students. As we are studying about the fundamentals of the estimating and costing, wherein we have gone through the different basics of the estimating and costing, wherein we have seen the definition related to the estimating and costing. Then we have seen what exactly the administrative approval is there, technical sanctioning is there. Then we have seen the different types of estimates. Then we have seen what exactly this type of estimates means, that what are the purposes of the approximate estimate, what is exactly detail estimate, then what are the different types of the type of detail estimate, and the purposes or the uses of the detail estimate, and role and responsibilities of the estimator. Till this we have seen the all these things, and now in this particular lecture we are going to study or see the checklist of the any kind of the structure. So basically we are having two different types of the structure. You have studied in building constructions, then building drawing. So particularly we are having two different types of the structure, where the one is nothing but load bearing structure, right? So every estimator or the person who is working on the estimate, first of all, he is supposed to prepare a checklist. Because what is happening when you are going for any kind of the preparation of the calculation or the estimate, at the time of the calculation, it might happen that you might forgotten to calculate any of the material or any of the item of work, and hence it will affect to the final cost of the project, as these all things are related to the costing. And then you, the people whoever are working on estimating and costing, should be aware that no any item of work should be forgotten while calculating the quantity. And that's why this step plays a very important. Whenever you are going for preparing an estimate, just prepare a checklist. For having an example for this particular thing, I would say that when we are going for an examination, what we are doing, we are just preparing a checklist, or instead of examination, we can say that suppose you are going for a tour. When you are going for a tour, at that time what you are doing, you are just preparing a checklist that these all things are required along with me. And it's quite obvious that you know when you go over there, at that time it might possible that you will not get the things which you require. And that's why what you are doing, you are just preparing a checklist. Yes, these are the things which should be along with me while going on the tour. And likewise, this checklist you are supposed to be prepared while preparing an estimate. So in this particular lecture, we are going to see how this checklist is being prepared, or what exactly item of works are being there in this checklist. So just look one by one. While preparing a checklist, just visualize that any kind of the structure is being constructed. So what could be the stepwise procedure? Because what exactly, if you visualize the stepwise procedure, it will be very easy to prepare this particular checklist. So particularly what I will do is that I will just realize or visualize and go through the drawings what exactly item of works are being incorporated in this particular work. And hence, if I start for preparing a checklist, the obviously first and foremost item will be excavation for foundation. Then after excavation, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to provide soling below foundation or the footing if required. Obviously, if your strata is loose, or the safe bearing capacity or the net bearing capacity of the soil is not so good, so you are supposed to provide a soling below foundation. Then PCC below foundation. After that, as we are studying load bearing structure, so stone masonry will be there. As you have completed PCC, on PCC you will going for construction of the stone masonry work in substructure for foundation up to the plinth. Okay, once you construct this up to the plinth, you are going for backfilling for plinth. After backfilling, you are supposed to go for soling below flooring PCC. Then you are going for PCC below flooring. Then DPC above stone masonry. After that, you are going to construct brick masonry superstructure. Then, at the time of fixing or the constructing the brick masonry for superstructure, as well you are going for fixing of door and window frames. After that, R.c.c work for lintel and chanja will be there. After completing brick masonry and R.c.c for lintel and chanja up to the floor level, you are going to construct or the cast beams and slabs. After casting of the slab, you are going for external plastering, internal plastering. Then you are going to fix the flooring work. After that, you are going to fix and door, windows. Then you are going for electrification. This particular electrification and plumbing will be again play its role in between this after this brick masonry and before external plastering, because if you are going for a concealed electrification, then some of the conduits you are supposed to put into the slab and brick masonry before plastering, and hence this electrification and plumbing work will be plays its role from construction of brick masonry and up to the plastering. Before plastering, you have to finish somewhat 50% work of this both, and after plastering you can finalize your this work. So this will be and in between, but I have by required I have given it on to the last, and afterwards the last item will be the painting. So likewise you have to prepare all the checklist, and after that, once you got this checklist, you can now start your calculations. So as we have seen the load bearings checklist, we can see the R.c.c structures particularly checklist what exactly this is there. So in that you can just analyze or they understand the excavation is there for both the cases. Obviously the soling is also there for both the cases. These PCC is also there. So these all three is same in both the cases, in load bearing also and in R.c.c also. But from this onwards, some of the changes are there. Here the R.c.c work is being added, as in load bearing structure there were stone masonry. So R.c.c work for foundation you are going to provide. Then R.c.c work for column up to the ground level, means you will cast first of all foundation, then you will cast the columns up to the ground level. Then you are going to cast the ground beams. Then after casting of the ground beam, you are going to construct and brick masonry for plinth. After constructing the brick masonry, you are going to cast the columns up to the plinth. After that, you are going to backfill for the plinth. Then after backfilling, you are going to put the soling below flooring PCC, then PCC below flooring, then DPC if required. After this, you can put the R.c.c work for column up to the lintel level, then R.c.c work for chhajja, loft, etc., and R.c.c work for column up to slab level. And as soon as you reach up to the column slab level, you are going to put an R.c.c work for floor beam and slab. Then you are going to put brick masonry in superstructure, as this open R.c.c we have casted. So after completion of your slab, you are going to go for a brick masonry in superstructure. And as you have started your brick masonry, you are going to fix the door and window frames as well along with brick masonry. Then after all this, you are going to start your external plastering, internal plastering, then fix flooring work, fixing of door, fixing of window, electrification, plumbing. As I already told you that this electrification and plumbing will be again same in between this work, and the last one item is painting. So likewise, these are the checklist that should be along with you while going for the any kind of the estimate, to avoid forgiving or the forgetting the item of work while preparing an estimate. Because as I already told you that all these particular procedures are related to the costing, and that's why if you forgot any of the item of work in your estimate, it might be led to an mismatching of final cost and your calculated cost, and that will be a very much problematic at the time of completion of the work. And that's why, and every person who is working on the estimate have to prepare a checklist of whichever structure he is interested to prepare an estimate. So in this video we have seen the checklist for both the structures. In next lecture we are going to see some of the formats, some of the things that is required for preparing an estimate. So now we are going to stop over here. Thank you very much.